Chicky. I'm making chicken again tonight, so I'm going to hide the chicken.
Poor chicken.
The poor chicken. The chicken is delicious, I have to say.
It tastes pretty good.
Yeah. Hi.
Bibimbap.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. It's leftover night.
Leftover night.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
What kind of leftovers do you have, Debriana?
Well, I have chicken from the other day after my ricotta stuffed chicken. And I had one zucchini left because I made lasagna, vegetable lasagna, and a couple of mushrooms, and this pear that I cored, but not all the way, so I'm going to use that. It's a very interesting and eclectic group of leftover things, but you'll see, it'll all come together.
This is like a chopped episode right now.
Yeah, it could be chopped. So, bibimbap is basically leftovers, and the thing about it is, you don't need a lot of any one thing. You can use little bits of stuff and make one dish that's delicious. So, and you don't need these bowls, which I will show you are heating up now. Here comes my cameraman. Here comes, these are the bowls.
Look at those beautiful bowls. And this is a Korean thing. Talk about what it is.
Well, they smell delicious right now because these bowls are stone bowls, and you actually, you don't cook the whole thing in here, although you could cook the rice in the bowl before. You just heat the bowls so they're really hot, and then you put the rice in, and it gets crispy on the bottom, and then you mix everything together as the finished dish, which you'll see. So it's Korean. One of the things that make it specially Korean is the sauce. So I'm going to make that first because that's the bit that goes on the top. But we already made our rice right here. Now the rice is, I cooked it, or David actually made it, but we always cook it in chicken stock. So the rice is a little flavored. And it's not cold. It's probably just room temp at the moment. And I'm going to add into my rice, before I forget, a little bit of scallion, because I like that. And I'm just going to stir that into the rice.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, I love the flavor of scallion in there. And it's very, I don't know, kind of, I think Asian food, you always use a lot of scallion somewhere in it. So I'm going to stir that in. And so when the rice goes in the bottom of the bowl, it sits in there in that hot bowl.
Yeah.
And it gets crispy. That's the really cool part of the rice dish. David loves that part, the crispy rice. So you can do this, though, if you don't have these bowls, you can do it in a cast iron pan. And you heat the pan up with oil, and you just spread the rice out on the bottom, and then lay the vegetables in the same way you would in the bowl, and you'll get that crispy bottom too. So you don't have to have the bowls, but the bowls are fun.
I was just going to ask you that because I don't have the bowls, and I would like to know.
Yes, you may make it in the cast iron pan because you have that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for the sauce, I'm going to make that first. And you would use a clove of garlic. We're going to put that in first. So you don't want to really use more than one because it's going to be, it's not cooking. It's just going to be the flavor of the garlic in there.
Okay.
I'm going to use a small onion part, probably the same. I would want to use the same amount of onion that I'm using if I was for whatever amount of fruit I'm putting in. Now you could put in an apple, like a Fuji apple. They're sweeter, but whoa! Uh-oh. My onion. Now I'm gonna have a little less onion than I started with.
5-second rule. 5-second rule.
Well, it's gonna be not leaving now. I'm
Oh,
just
you're
using a little less onion.
You're tired.
That's what happens when your mise en place is all over.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right. I have more, thankfully.
It happens.
Yes, it happens. But since this is live, y'all got to see me do that live. Now, I would use an apple if I had it, but I have a pear, so I'm going to use a pear.
Okay.
And it's the part of the pear that I did not use. So that's I used pear in something recently, and I have this pear sitting around in the refrigerator because I didn't use the middle parts, and there seemed to be quite a bit still on there. So I'm using that.
Those are really big pears too.
They were giant pears.
Yeah, they seem just huge.
Yeah. So I'm just going to use that and chop it up. And you want to use the same amount of onion as you have fruit, whatever it is. If you have apple, if you have pear, whatever. So that looks about right anyway. So see, I didn't need that onion that fell on the ground.
Oh, well.
Another clove of garlic because I think I lost that. Okay. So then go the wet things in there that I'm going to use. I am going to put in a tablespoon of sesame oil in there, and a tablespoon of mirin. Now, if you don't have mirin, this is a sweet, like a Japanese wine kind of thing.
The rice wine?
Yeah, it's a rice wine. You don't need to have it, but if you had a Swedish wine around, you could use that. I always have mirin. I'm going to use some black vinegar because I have that, about a tablespoon of that. And I guess, I don't know, you could add a little more sugar and a little more black vinegar if you didn't have mirin. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this. This is called Korean fire chicken.
Korean fire chicken? What is that?
It's a sauce. And I always have Asian sauces, like all kinds of things, which you've seen me use before. And this one is very spicy. This is a Korean hot chicken sauce. And they make it, for beef specifically. This one's just for chicken. And since I have chicken, that's what's going in there. And it is quite spicy. Now, I on purpose did the oil first so that all that sticky sauce came right out of the spoon. See?
You and your spoon tricks.
I have spoon tricks. Just don't watch me drop stuff on the ground. Let's see. I want to add some soy sauce to it. About a half a tablespoon of soy sauce. And a little bit of sugar. And I think that's it. Sugar here. A little bit of sugar, and then I'm gonna about a tablespoon. I guess it's up to you. How sweet do you like it? I like it on the less sweet side, but
I like it on the less sweet side. I don't like it too sweet.
it's a little optional, whatever you want in there. I think the whole thing's optional. But this sauce on the top of the dish is really the pièce de résistance. You want to have that.
And now you're gonna do the shake it up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put it in the blender.
Oh, you were gonna put it in the Ninja.
Yeah, my Ninja. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, that's the sauce.
The beautiful color.
Isn't it? Yeah. So
that looks good.
Set that aside.
Okay.
And then this is how the dish kind of comes together.
Okay.
Everything gets cooked separately. So, but it doesn't have to be cooked a lot, so it doesn't really take that long. But you do have to do it all, each one separately, because presentation of the dish is essential in Korean, in this kind of a Korean dish. So I am going to cook each thing one at a time. So I already julienned my zucchini. You see it?
Okay.
And I julienned some peppers.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty. And I sliced some mushrooms and a little bit of broccoli, and I have leftover asparagus from dinner the other night. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Now that won't have to be cooked. It will just get heated up. But you're going to want to, make it in smallish pieces because you'll see
Bite-sized pieces.
when the fish comes together. Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of put little pockets of things around. So I'm going to cook the thing that's going to take the longest first, which are these little peppers.
Okay.
And I kind of got stuck on this dish because I kept ordering it every time we went out. That one's not cut all the way.
Where were you ordering it? Where were you ordering it?
At Iznami.
Oh.
And so I kept, every time I would go there, I'd be like, this isn't hard. This is just like you have to have these bowls would be great, but all the ingredients are very simple. So I should be making this at home. It's like $18 at a bowl at Iznami. Now, I'm not going to be sitting out looking at the mountains in my yard like you are at Iznami. Granted, that's so pretty up there. But on the other hand, I can't go there anymore. So I have to cook it at home. And so I'm really happy that I figured out how to do it.
Okay. Do you want to give Iznami a plug? Talk about 10,000 waves.
It's at the restaurant at 10,000 Waves, and I love it. I love going there. And in the winter, in January, February, they do this, it's like a frequent flyer thing. They give you a card, and every week they do a sake flight, and they tell you all about the sake. They have the #1 place in the country. They have the most sake, and knowledge of sake in the country, right here in Santa Fe.
Wow. For a lot of people that are watching that don't know our area, we have this incredible Japanese health spa in the mountains. It is truly stunning place. And Iznami is the restaurant that goes with it. But if you ever come visit here, it's really a magical thing.
It's beautiful. I love it up there. So I'm just going to salt these up a little bit. I just put the broccoli in too because I got those peppers covered enough.
Okay.
And I also so some of it is the color. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I have green things with the asparagus and the broccoli and my zucchini. I have a little bit of red right here with the pepper and brown with these mushrooms. So I'm going to want to do this carrot, I think, because this is a purple carrot.
Yeah.
And it will add some really pretty color to it. So I'm going to thinly slice the carrot, and I'll cook that too because it's going to add some really pretty color to the dish.
I like the way purple carrots taste.
I do too. I really like them. So there's something different about the flavor. It's a more delicate flavor, I think.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to add those in a few minutes. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is add a lid. So those steam for a few minutes because that'll help them cook.
Okay.
You don't have to quite cook them all the way, but get a good start on it anyway. And then, because the bowl is going to be super hot when you put everything in there. And I'll add these. Now, have you had that dish up there? Have you had the bibimbap up there?
I have not, and I was just wondering where you bought your bowls.
Oh, I got them on Amazon.
Oh.
And they're the same bowls that they use. I think they're a standard bowl.
Okay.
So I think these were they were $50 for 2 of them. And you really can't cook in them.
Are they marble? What are they?
I don't know what the name of the stone is, but they definitely are stone. Do you, David?
Don't know.
He doesn't. David doesn't know either. But
okay, somebody who's watching, go look it up and find out.
Yeah. Tell us. We need to know.
Let us in on the info.
I want to say it's alabaster, but I'm not sure.
They're really pretty.
Yeah, they are. So I think the broccoli, which is that that kind of thin broccoli, not the thick broccoli. You know, what do they call it? It's not quite broccoli rabe, but it's kind of like that.
It's broccolini.
Yeah, it's broccoli. Let's call it broccolini, shall we?
Let's call it broccolini.
So I'm going to get the broccolini out and put it over here. And so I always like to have a pan right nearby. So I can put all my vegetables there, and I'm not having a million little plates. Whoa, come back here. And so now I'm going to cook my mushrooms. And on one side of my pan. And check on these carrots.
And that's just an aesthetic choice. You could mix it together if you wanted.
What's that?
The vegetables, but that's just for the aesthetic.
Yeah, the aesthetic. It's part of, I don't know, it's part of the way the Korean people present the dish. It's always like that every time I've had it. It's always pretty. So yeah, you could mix it, but it sort of defeats the fun at the end when you mix everything up. So
keep it separated, people. Keep them separated.
Yeah, just keep it separated and don't bug me. So I'm going to take the carrots out because they seem soft. And I'll put those in a little pile on one side. And I might need a little bit more oil in here. So you can kind of control how much oil you're using too. You don't really need a ton of oil. And I didn't really eat a lot of Korean food until I saw this bibimbap, and then I loved it. So I did actually work in a part Korean restaurant, but the people were so crazy that I would never eat there.
When I lived in LA, I had Korean barbecue a lot, definitely. And I love kimchi, and I don't really know anything else, I guess.
Yeah, well, I do have kimchi. I traded our friend Marty a mask for some of her homemade kimchi. So that's going to go in here. I don't always have that.
You're going to
so
have that
tonight? So it'll be good.
That'll be good.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to salt these up. Oh, looky how pretty. So the mushrooms are getting done. And all I'm doing with the asparagus is just heating it up. So you can see like everything on my plate in my pan is separated.
Yep.
So you can use whatever you have left over. The interesting thing, like I said before, is you don't have to have a lot of any one thing because they're all little bits. And it's a good way to use leftovers.
But you have all vegetables there and you're adding the chicken, but you could make it vegetarian.
Yep, you definitely could. The big thing at the end is the egg, which I'll show you. So yeah, these are done. I don't want these to shrink too much. So everything's going in like a painter's palette.
Yeah.
And then
that's what it looks like.
Isn't it cool? It's like a wheel of things. That's why it's like I don't want to mix it all up now because it kind of wrecks the fun at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are getting cooked. And I'm just going to warm up the chicken. And then I'll show you how it's all put together.
Okay.
So I have a little chicken left over. David already took it off the bone. And that's probably enough for 2 people right there.
Was it amazing when you ate that stuffed chicken?
Oh, that chicken was so good. It was really good.
It looked good.
Yeah, this is and it's so tender when you do it. Well, you know, when you brine, it's so much more tender.
Yeah. Brine is so worth it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna take a little ginger and put that in my rice. Stir that around. Now, oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. I cut the bottom off my onion and I set it in the water. You can already see the little nubs starting to come out. And that's going to go in the garden. It will regrow.
Wow.
It's just back. Like you can keep having this one from one onion. You can have more onions.
What if you could it would be never ending. It was the never ending onion. 10 years from now, you're like, remember that onion from Korena Kitchen? I still have it.
Yeah, it's 5 years later. I'm still eating the same onion. Oh. So I'm putting a little ginger in my rice, and then I'm going to take the rice. Wow, put that in there a little bit, and I'm going to put a little bit right in the bottom of the bowl. Hear it?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the crispy part.
Yay. Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Somebody said, looks good.
Yeah.
Who that is?
Yeah,
it looks really good, and I would really like to eat it right now.
And then this is how you do the vegetables. You just put them in little piles around the rice.
I think there's an emoji for this, and I think I used it today on our post.
An emoji?
I think there is. It looks like yeah. It has a bunch of vegetables in it that are separated on rice.
Oh, that's funny. Okay,
Yeah.
So here goes a little bit of the chicken. Right next to it. Then I'm going to do the broccoli over here. So it's a little bit separate. And be careful, don't touch the bowl because it's hot. Then I have these beautiful peppers. Yeah, because that's been on the stove for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, don't forget.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch the bowls.
Don't touch the bowl. Okay, so then the peppers go here.
Wow, that's looking really nice.
Isn't it pretty?
So
and then we'll put some mushrooms in the middle. And have, asparagus.
Wow.
See, that's why you don't need a lot of meat.
Yeah.
And then I'll put the carrots in. Oh, the carrots have to go like right there.
Look how pretty that is. Oh my God, take a picture.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Well, here's the exciting part now, is the egg. Now, some people like to fry the egg and put it on there like a over easy, or sunny side up is what I mean to say. So it's not cooked on the top. But we like the egg to go right here in the middle, and then you mix it in. So I'm going to add some kimchi because I forgot to do that to the rice. You could add it to the rice if you want.
I might have had that. I may have had this. It's looking familiar. The egg thing is taking me back.
Something's taking me back. I'm going to put a little kimchi right there.
When you get to be as old as I am, Debriana.
Your brain kind of goes another way. Okay, so there's a little kimchi.
I forget all my lifetimes.
And then the egg. Where did I put my eggs? Here they are.
Wow.
Isn't it pretty?
That looks so good. It's wrong. It's unfair. I can't eat it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, get the camera. That is so beautiful.
And then there's the egg.
Wow.
And then you put the sauce on the top. And you mix everything together with your chopsticks. So,
wow.
there. So I'll leave one there so you can see it. I can take a picture of that. But this is how it gets done. Let me turn the fire off.
Wow.
You just hear it?
Wow.
And there's the crispy rice down there on the bottom.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, so this is cooking the egg because it's super hot. And you're just mixing everything. See, that's why I didn't want to mix it ahead of time, because this is like the totally fun part.
Wow.
And the bowls stay really hot, so you have to be really careful when you handle them, definitely. But they come with a bottom, like a wooden bottom that you set them on.
Yeah.
Because they hold the heat. So that's just going to keep cooking, and the sauce is in there. Here's the little bottom. This is the little wooden bottom.
Oh, cute.
That you set it on so that you're not putting the hot bowl on the table. And that's it, my friends.
Bibimbap. Yeah. It almost sounds like a Hanson song.
Yeah, it's a really fun meal. And so if you did it in the frying pan, you wouldn't necessarily stir it all up maybe until you set it on the table, and then and then served out of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done. That's great.
So that's our dinner for tonight, people.
You did it.
I did it. So yes, I encourage you all to try bibimbap, and even if you have to do it in a pan, it's delicious.
Bibimbap.
Hey, it's leftovers. A great way to use leftovers.
Yes, it is. Save that food out there. We don't know where the rest of it's coming from.
No, nobody knows anything anymore. But you know how to make bibimbap now.
I know. I'm really thrilled. I'm going to make that. That looks wonderful. Thank you for showing us how.
Yay.
Someone
Well,
just said very cool. Someone just said very cool.
Oh, yay. Yeah, I hope you try it. It's really fun. You can really just kind of make up the ingredients. If you have a good hot sauce to go on it, or even a barbecue sauce that if you're not a hot person, it's delicious.
Yum.
Yay.
Hi, someone doing the high
Bye.
five.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Stay safe.